Welcome back, everybody. The feds are seriously considering a Michigan prison now slated to close as a possible new home for Gitmo detainees. But the idea, it's not sitting well with many Michigan lawmakers. Congressman Pete Hoekstra, the ranking Republican on the House Intelligence Committee, has fired off a letter to Defense Secretary Robert Gates and also one to Attorney General Eric Holder. He's asking that he be allowed to lead a Michigan delegation to Gitmo to see these suspected terrorists that may be moving to Michigan eye to eye. Congressman Hoekstra is joining me now. Good to see you, Congressman. I really appreciate your time. Now, we should note some local politicians near the prison want to welcome the detainees, but you have intelligence information classified that we may not have available. I want to get your perspective. What is the risk of moving these Guantanamo detainees to this Michigan facility?
Well, I think we got to first take a step back. You know, the president has still not answered the question as to, as to exactly what problem he is solving by changing the zip code address from Gitmo to Standish, Michigan. He hasn't answered that question. The second thing that he hasn't done, he hasn't outlined to the American people or the people of Michigan the new legal rights that he's going to be transferring and giving to these individuals when they move from Guantanamo to Michigan or anywhere else in the United States. Now, specifically, if he's made that decision, which I think is a bad decision, to move them to the continental United States, then he ought to be fully transparent. He ought to let the communities and the state officials who are going to have to put up with these Gitmo detainees, and let's be clear who they are. These are killers. If we're going to move them into our communities, then let's take a look at exactly what the facilities in Gitmo look like, who these people are, what the differences may be between the facilities in Gitmo and what we may have in Michigan, and then he ought to be totally transparent, declassify the information so that the people in Standish, Michigan, and the law enforcement officials in the state of Michigan can see for themselves the difficulties and the challenges that have been brought to us by holding and detaining these individuals. Let's be transparent.
And that's all you've asked for. Give the press in Michigan and give some of these elected officials the information and also the people that would be in charge actually of overseeing this facility with these detainees there. Let them know straight up what they could be facing. But a field trip did take place, actually. A number of people came through that Standish facility. What do you know about their site survey?
We haven't heard anything about their site survey, but the problem is this is going backwards. This is the federal officials determining whether, they can keep them in Standish. We've got to go the other way. We've got to take a look at whether the people of Michigan and the people of Standish want these people into their community and the challenges that that may pose. This is exactly backwards. Rather than the feds, again, imposing on the state and a local community what the feds think is appropriate, give the folks at the local level and a clear view of who these folks are and the challenges that community will face if those people come there.
Congressman Hoekstra, you wrote the letter to the Defense Secretary and to the Attorney General, and we'll just have to wait to see if you get a response. Keep us posted. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure we'll get a response, and we'll get hopefully soon.
Take care.
Hey, thank you.